Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Happy Friday, happy Valentine's Day, and I couldn't imagine spending it with somebody more delightful than Dacia Coffey. She is the CEO and founder of the Marketing Blender. Welcome to the show.
I am so excited to be here, so thank you.
Well, you know, marketing is near and dear to my heart, and it's nice to run into another person who's equally as passionate about it. So tell us, first of all, I got to know the origin of the name, the Marketing Blender.
So I am a writer by trade, and I'm really picky about how words sound and feel in your mouth. I know that sounds weird,
No.
but I love the word blender. It's sharp and it's memorable, but then, of course, honestly, the depth of it is a play on the marketing mix and making sure that strategically you have multiple things really working in your favor to show the heart of your company, but to drive growth too. And so I felt like Blender was a combination of sharp,
Yes.
but also like a smart mix.
And you specialize in manufacturing?
Manufacturing and also technology companies. I kind of joke that we help people that are too smart for their own good.
Right.
You know, because once you have a really complicated product or service, you want to really start diving into those details. And with busy people, sometimes they just don't have the time to listen to those details. So you have to make it approachable.
And in industries like manufacturing, often they are just so in the nuances of whatever widget they're making that their marketing is like the last thing they're thinking about. But it's so important, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I feel like that's almost what's happening in the broader world. We're getting busier and busier. I don't know about you, but I mean, I have to fight having things stacked one on top of the other and constantly being in this frenzied mode. And all of the executives that I talk to, the decision makers, they're the exact way. That means all of the markets that they're selling to are the exact same way. And I feel like people no longer take the time to think appropriately about the words they use and how they represent themselves and what sells for them when they're not in the room. So honestly, I really am super passionate about returning connection and meaning to the communication, specifically in the business world, because work is so important to us as human beings.
Absolutely. And when you're not running a thriving marketing company, you're out doing speaking. And in fact, I was on your website. I found your speaker reel. Let's go ahead and roll that right now.
What you do, combined with how you do it, combined with why you do it, and then all blended together through who you hired and their personal approach to business makes you absolutely unique and very important. My calling is to kill apathy.
Thank you so much for inviting me here. I'm Dacia.
And I'm going to warn you, I might just try to give you a little bit of a kick in the pants. And let's together start to crack open potential ways for creating a business world full of connection and meaning and prosperity for all. If you're asking the question, how do we grow faster? Then it requires us to take a look at the trends happening in the market today and then to build an organization aligned around those trends. We need to take sales and marketing and align them to capitalize and to create a competitive advantage. So as we're moving forward today, I want you to think more broadly beyond business about what influence means and how we harness that. oftentimes we're actually saying the right thing, but we're saying it in the wrong order. One life, not one work life, not one personal life, one life.
What would it take to create a position, a messaging strategy that makes you absolutely incomparable? Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
So cool. I can't wait to come to one of your speeches. So when you're invited to speak, what are you often invited to talk about?
So marketing strategy, I do a lot of executive groups, and those are actually typically small, so they have a tendency to be workshop. But on the bigger stages, honestly, there's a couple key pieces. The best practices of communication, how to be influential in person, and really even put your message in the right way. So this applies to sales teams. We do a lot of sales training. It applies to anyone in the work environment, trying to pitch an idea or build collaboration around a certain idea or initiative that they've got going on. But then I also have a big passion project about using your work to bless the world. I mean, you're at work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. It's such a huge part of your life, and it needs to be something that encompasses who you are as a whole person. So I love to teach on what that looks like and encourage people to go big in their work and to be a student of life and really don't live for the weekend, live for it all. And that includes a really rich life work. So I love that speaking topic.
Well, we were visiting right before we went on camera, and we were visiting about business, and you were talking about knocking the client's socks off. And that speaks to my heart, because I think there are too many companies out there that just do the minimum. We'll just skate by. But delighting your customer is so important, isn't it?
It really is. And it's taking the time to slow down and think, how would this human respond? Can our company or our sales rep or our piece of communication literally be the high point of their day? And the answer is yes. I mean, in my speaking reel, I challenge audiences about, can you be incomparable? And the answer, again, is yes. Every single human and every single organization has what I like to think of as spiritual fingerprints. They're not duplicated. No one else, no body of people, no individuals have the exact same background, point of view, same mix, marketing mix, culture. I mean, anything, origin story, that all comes together to allow them to be of service to people in a unique way that cannot be matched.
Yes.
You have to be intentional about, this is what we stand for, and we are unique and incomparable. And I want to see people go, you know what? It is time to hit pause, slow down, and deliberately craft that brand message and that communication strategy where you tell the real story. And that's the definition of unleashing potential. So I love it. And can you imagine a business world where every company and every person was like, can I be the best part of somebody's day today?
Wow.
Right?
That's really cool.
Yeah, let's go there together.
Well, what is the, in every business there's a W, the win, right?
Yes.
So what's the win for you?
Oh gosh, there's so many. But honestly, probably my favorite one is in the beginning during strategy and branding sessions when we have, the key people and the client-facing people in a room, and we're putting everything on the board so that across divisions, sales and marketing and leadership and ops, all of a sudden they can see a big picture of how they're special and unique, and you literally can feel it in the room where they are like, whoa, that's us. I mean, it almost feels like a call to arms. Like you can see them put their shoulders back and get so fired up to tell their truth. So honestly, I mean, of course I love winning new clients.
Yes.
I love, seeing them get press. I love seeing their growth numbers.
Yes.
But the heart piece, the legacy piece, when people as individuals go, that's what I stand for and this is what I'm part of, that is what I live for.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, she is so charismatic. If you think she's good on camera, you need to meet her in person. We're going to put your website up, themarketingblender.com.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And it's a beautiful website for all your marketing needs, themarketingblender.com. And Dacia, you're absolutely going to have to come back.
I would love to. Thank you so much, Jeff. It's my
You're
pleasure.
wonderful. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.